Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Normal is broke and common sense is weird, so we're here to help you with your life. From the Ramsey Network and the Fairwinds Credit Union studio, this is The Ramsey Show. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. Ken Coleman, #1 best-selling author, Ramsey personality, and host of Front Row Seat, one of our more popular Ramsey Network shows. He's my co-host today. Open phones here at 888-825-5225. Jack is in Little Rock, Arkansas. Hi, Jack. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you, Dave and Ken. Thanks for taking the call.
Sure. What's up?
Yeah, so basically, my grandfather had passed away about 5 years ago, and he had left a trust to his 3 children. And basically, the way it had been set up is that after my father passed away, I would receive a lump sum. Each sibling got a lump sum payment from that trust. However, for my dad, he has historically been bad with money, and it was set up for him that he would receive payments annually from the trust. And then once he passes away, I would receive the lump sum. And after this, he is basically saying that he wants to have me sign a document that releases the trust to him, and he plans to spend the money. And he's threatening me by bribing me with $5,000 up front.
$5,000? How much is in the trust?
From what I understand, whenever my grandfather was still around, I believe his portion is between $250,000 and $300,000.
So you're going to trade? He's asking you to trade $300,000 for $5,000.
From what it seems, he has said that he wants to take that lump sum and he wants to renovate his house because he is 63 years old. He works as a lawyer, and he wants to renovate his house. He wants to buy a new car, and he claims that I will have the rest of the money. However, with his historic run of dealing with finances, I don't believe that there will be any money left.
Hey, Jack, quick question. You've used 2 words with us. You said threatened and bribe. What does that actually look like? I haven't heard any evidence of that.
I would say it's definitely more so bribing. Him just throwing out one time, the first time he said, I'll get you $10,000. Then the second time we had talked about it, he said that he would give me $5,000 up front.
Okay, so what kind of? I mean, I'm sorry. It's just the math is not mathing. I mean, he's so illogical that he actually believes you would trade $5,000 for $250. That's just bizarre to me.
I totally agree.
What planet does he live on that he thinks you would do that?
I don't know.
I don't either. Okay, so you're using words like bullied and bribed with your own father, irresponsible about your own father. Your grandfather thought he was irresponsible. So you're not going to do this. You had already decided that before you called, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how can we help you?
However, yes. I really just want to know how to navigate that conversation with my father, because
you want to know something that's impossible. It's impossible for you to take a man that is this unreasonable and make him reasonable with one conversation. That's not possible. Okay? So this unreasonable man is going to have an unreasonable reaction to your reasonable no. There's no way you can frame a no that this guy's going to like it. And he's going to go, oh, thank you, son. I just love you so much. I'm so proud of you. That's what you wish would happen. There's no conversation that does that because of what you're dealing with on the other side of this. You know, it's like petting a crocodile and going, nice crocodile, and hoping you don't get your arm bit off. Of course you're going to get your arm bit off. It's a crocodile. So, you know, that's what we're dealing with. So I wish I could make you have a good dad, but you don't. And so what I can do is just give you the realistic expectation, which is you preserve your dignity, your courage, your kindness, your integrity. That's the only thing you have control over. You don't have control over his reaction. So you gently and kindly say, Dad, Grandpa put this in place, and I'm just going to abide by Grandpa's wishes. Thanks for asking. I'm sorry it doesn't work for me. And we're just going to leave the thing set up like it is. But thanks for asking. I hope you can find another way to get your house renovated and get you a car since you're a lawyer and all. And I'll be cheering for you because I love you. And he's still going to go bonkers, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So 100% be expecting that. Anything less than bonkers, we'll call it gravy on the biscuit. We'll call it a bonus. But I'm counting on bonkers.
Yeah, Jack, I don't know if you've ever had surgery before, but I would say that your mindset here has got to be the same as going into surgery that you have to have. It's not fun. It's going to hurt. There's going to be some recovery time, but it absolutely has to happen. And on the other side of the surgery, you're going to be better off.
And there can be healing.
That's right. And I think you have to go into this going, there's just no way. I think Dave framed it beautifully. But as a response to what Dave said, you've got to understand this is one of those situations in life that was forced on you. You cannot control your dad or the situation he's put you in, but you got to do what's best for you. So that's the mindset. There's no way this is not going to suck. But on the other side, you're going to be better.
Anytime you're setting a boundary with a boundaryless person, less is more. So this is a very short, concise conversation. Okay? We're not going into a bunch of explanation or discussion of his character or the history of the family tree. We're not going to try to explain this to him. We're not going to go into a bunch of detail. It's a simple thing. Dad, you know, I love you, and I've thought about this, and I think I'm just going to stick with Grandpa's plan, and that's what we're going to do. So I hope it works out for you, and I'll be cheering for you.
Thank you.
Just that's what, 10 seconds maybe of audio, and that's all you need. The longer you talk, the more you're going to mess this up. So I use that when over 35 years now of running a business, on the rare occasion that we actually have to let someone leave this place, we don't have long discussions. We've had long discussions up to that point trying to get them better, but the day they leave, it's like the decision has been made. Today's your last day. That's it. We don't go into why, because why's been discussed in the 90 days previous. Hey, it's Dave Ramsey. You've heard me talk about the importance of giving, and I love that Xander Insurance lives that out. This month, Xander is donating 25% of all ID theft protection sales to Team Rubicon, a veteran-led disaster response organization that deploys wherever disaster strikes, boots on the ground, helping families rebuild and offering real hope for communities in crisis. Xander's been supporting causes like Team Rubicon for over a decade, donating over $500,000. That kind of track record shows I can trust them, not just with my money, but helping protect my identity too. Xander's ID theft protection plan is the only one I recommend because, let's face it, identity theft is out of control. In today's online world, it's not a matter of if, but when. Xander's plan is comprehensive, affordable, and you can even give it as a gift. So protect your family and support a powerful mission this Christmas. Go to Xander.com or call 800-356-4282. That's Xander.com. John is in San Jose. Hey, John, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Dave?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Hi. So I just have a quick question, a little bit of a background. I have a job as an analyst making around 120K.
Mm-hmm.
I got a notice last month, and they pretty much, I got laid off. So my last day was yesterday. Essentially, my question is, I live in San Jose, California. My house is worth around $750,000. My dad actually gave it to me, 32 years old. And so I have $50,000 in student loans, $25,000 in a personal loan, $25,000 in a car loan, and then around $5,000 in credit card debt.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the job loss, I'm kind of concerned right now. The market's kind of bad in like the tech sector. So I'm wondering, like, if I were to default on these loans, like, can they force sell my home, or how does that look like? And, you know, will they be willing to like settle on some of this debt? I do have around $10,000 in savings and around $50,000 in 401k money that I can pull out if needed.
Are you married?
Yes, I am married. That's another thing. My wife used to work. She made around $60,000 to $70,000 a year, but she paused that because she just got into law school, and she's fulfilling her dreams of becoming a lawyer.
Mm-hmm. What were you making?
120.
120.
With
yeah,
no house payment, and yet you still ran up all this debt.
I do have a house payment. It is around $1,300.
Oh, I thought you said the house was free and clear. How much is your mortgage balance?
No, there's a mortgage around $50,000.
Oh, okay.
So I do have a house payment, and housing in the Bay Area is pretty expensive. So, you know, apart from like the debt that I have and utilities, like I'm spending around maybe.
Okay, you got a notice a month ago.
A
Why have you not gotten a job?
I've been applying. I've been getting interviews, but I have noticed that it's been fairly slow. So, yeah, actively applying, actively going into interviews. So, yes, working on it. I guess I'm just concerned about, like, if the job market is as severe as, like, it is. Like, I think I have enough money to cover myself for, like, maybe about 4 to 6 months. But I am worried about that 6 months.
The money you gave me doesn't cover you 4 to 6 months. You can't make it 4 to 6 months on $10,000.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So, yeah, I guess.
All right. So there's a bunch of answers to this question. All right, and let me give you all of them. First and foremost, you get reemployed, and this is a non-issue. And that's what you spend all of your calories on. That's what you work on, and Ken can really help line you up on that. Then I'll move on. If you don't get reemployed, really you just ought to have your butt kicked. If you don't go get some money coming in, go get a job, okay? Mm-hmm. And Ken's going to help you with all that. But if you don't, let's just pretend you never work again, okay, for the next year and a half, okay? So you will have to pay the first mortgage payment, or that $50,000 will foreclose on you. You know that.
Yeah, in which case, if I really needed to, I can call my dad and he'll pay the mortgage. So that, I guess that's not really the issue. But I guess the background is my dad's kind of like you. He hates debt. He doesn't get any credit card.
Yeah, he's not real proud that you ran up $25,000 on a personal line, $25,000 on a car after he gave you a dadgum house.
Yeah. I know it's pretty stupid on my part.
Yeah, and that's what he's going to say too. Sounds like. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're not going to lose the house from the foreclosure that way. Will the other people put a lien on the house and force the sale of the house? In California, it's almost impossible to do that. Okay? They eventually would sue you, not the student loans, but the personal loan, the car, repos first, then they sue you on the deficit, or they sue you on the credit cards or whatever else. When they sue you, they win the lawsuit. After they win the lawsuit, they execute on the lawsuit, and that's when, in some states, they can take a lien on your residence and a lien on your income called a garnishment. But all of that is 6 or 8 months from now at the earliest. Your biggest concern is making the mortgage payment, and your biggest concern is just getting another job, and then clean up this dadgum mess when you get your new job so you're not vulnerable like this.
Yeah, no, I know. I made some dumb decisions. So
So about getting the job. Ken.
Yeah, my question is, and there's no question the employment market is softening. There's no question about that. I don't know your area, but what was your tech specialty?
I'm an analyst.
Okay, but do you have any other tech skills? In other words, what did you do on the ladder up to becoming an analyst?
So I guess a bit of a background is I used to work like manual warehousing jobs.
Okay.
And then I recently got, through my education, and I got promoted into an analyst position. So other than like manual labor and analyst work, that's pretty much what I do.
Okay, great. So here's the thing. Dave's exactly right. We want to focus on short-term, then long-term. So while you're looking for long-term, meaning getting back in the tech industry, there's two strategies. If I were you, this is what I would do. First, I would be absolutely beating the door down for all and any kind of contract type opportunities. So freelance work. So what we see in this job economy right now, this is true of tech, is where you may see a slowdown in hiring of full-time positions. What they start to do is they look for contract workers, freelance. So I would be looking for all those opportunities. Even if it's a short-term, I got a 4-month deal here, I jump in and take it. All right. That's why you're looking for the long-term role. But the second thing I would be doing is, and this is where people make a mistake, they take activity of I'm applying, I've had some interviews, and gosh, the market's a little tough. All that's true. But you need to go back to the warehouse, get back in the manual labor game, because we have a $1,300 mortgage payment, and then the rest of the 4 walls, right? And that's your utilities, that's the car, the transportation, groceries, all that kind of stuff. You and your wife have also got to sit down and go, do we need to press pause on law school? Because law school will still be there. But we have 2 adults here that are in a financial problem. I wouldn't call it a crisis, but if we both go to work right now, we can cover the mortgage and every bit of this until we get back on our feet. But I'm hearing a mentality here, which is, gosh, Dave, Ken, what do I do? The market's tough, and I'm going to, could they take my house? That is the wrong question. The question is, how can I make the amount of money, how can my wife and I together make the amount of money we need to make it until I get a more stable job situation?
Hey, John.
Period.
Hey, John.
Yep.
Can I love you enough to be mean to you for a minute?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You give me permission? Yeah. You give me permission?
Yes, sir.
You don't sound like a motivated person.
I guess it's just like the mixture of, getting laid off. And
it could be. But your dad's willing to jump in and pay a house payment. Your dad gave you a house thing. Your wife's in law school. You just don't sound like you're fired up about this. And in the world I come from, you get fired up about this. And yeah, you got knocked down, but they gave you a month notice and you still hadn't fixed it. And you got bills to pay and people to feed, man. So I want you to get wired up and fired up. Get up off your butt and go be a man. Go knock some stuff down, dude. Don't call your daddy up for payments. Let's get with it. That's what I would tell my son. Okay? And so I'm going to love you enough to be that mean to you. I know you're knocked down. I know you're a little bit down the dumps, but hey, it's FedEx and UPS. Go load boxes. It's Christmas time. They'll hire you today. And then get up off your butt and go fix this and get you a job making $120, and then clean up this lazy butt financial mess you made and quit doing this. You have too good a head start. Way too good a head start. Go fix it, man. You can do it.
Hey guys, it's open enrollment time for health insurance. And if you have ever felt overwhelmed trying to figure out your healthcare costs, you are not alone. For a lot of families, healthcare is one of the biggest line items in the budget, and it gets more confusing every year. But you don't have to settle. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a biblical and budget-friendly alternative to health insurance, and I am proud to recommend them. With CHM, you are joining a community of believers who actually help share each other's medical bills. Yeah, it's true. Members have shared over $12 billion in healthcare costs since CHM started nearly 45 years ago. And it's simple. You choose your provider with no network limits. You submit your eligible bills online, and other members help share your expenses. CHM has program options for every stage of life, whether you're single, self-employed, or raising a family. Y'all, open enrollment has a lot of people scrambling right now, but CHM lets you join anytime. So go to chministries.org/budget to check them out. That's chministries.org/budget.
We've been partnering with a great organization called Preborn for quite a while now, and it's on the front lines in the fight for life. They offer free ultrasound machines, training, grants, and evangelism tools. They provide hope, not judgment, so moms that are in crisis can see the life in their wombs and hear the gospel message at the same time. When a mom sees her baby on the ultrasound, she chooses life 80% of the time. Now, the gift is just $28 a month, and so we're having Giving Day today in the nation. This is Giving Day, and when you're thinking about ways to pay it forward, $28 a month gives the opportunity for a mom to see her baby, and then she'll choose life. Go to preborn.com/Ramsey or call at 855-601-2229, and this is an opportunity to really, really make a difference. When moms don't choose life, it is one of the saddest things that happens in our entire culture. And it's millions and millions and millions of times that happens. How many lives have been lost to this? So it's an opportunity to save lives is really what it comes down to. So check it out, preborn.com/Ramsey or call 855-601-2229. Josh is in Greenville, South Carolina. Hi, Josh. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
My question today is I'm in the process of starting to track down the debts I've got floating out there. And looking on Credit Karma, I have figured out that in the grand scheme of things, I really don't have that much debt. It's only about $5,200. But it's split between 3 different collection agencies. So today I decided to try to call and negotiate those down to try to get those drop down to where I say, hey, I've got this much money. Can we close this out to where I owe you guys no more money and send me a piece of paper before I send any payment? And what I figured out today is those guys are not very nice. And my question to you is, how do I need to word the negotiation process to really better my chances to get it to where I can lower this down and get this debt closed out?
Yeah. So what caused you to be in collections?
Oh, a whole lifetime of bad choices. Went from, I was in the military for 4 years, and in the process of that, I got married, accrued some debt by some bad choices. A lot of that has actually gone away just with time.
What's happened that's caused you to decide to step forward and clean this up?
I am wanting to wipe the slate clean, start over, and get a fresh start. My parents have followed your plan and have themselves gotten debt-free. And
how old are you?
I am 29, about to be 30.
Thank you for your service to your country, sir. Okay.
Glad to do it, sir.
So All right. Do you know the so the 5,200 is 3? Give me an example of one of the 3.
The largest of which would be $2,700 or $2,748. So
Okay.
$2,748.
Is that the current balance or the original balance?
I believe that's the current balance. It's just what it shows on Credit Karma when I pull up the app and look at it.
All right. So did you call and talk to them, and did you try to give them $2,748?
I called one of the smaller ones.
Okay.
There was one that was $2,018. I called them, and I essentially said, I have $1,000 I can pay you today. If you send me a piece of paper that, or email, mail, some form of document that says that this account is closed and I owe you no more money.
Right.
And when I brought that up after finally getting through to somebody, he essentially told me that that's not how that works.
It is how it works. And then what happens next is if you don't agree to this, I'm going to hang up on you, and I'm going to call the next one and give him the $1,000 because you're too stupid to take it. This is how you talk to him.
And that is exactly how I worded it, too. Yeah. And I said, well, I have somebody else on my list. If you don't want to take my money, I'll call my next person. Yeah.
And then just do that 3 times a day until you get through to somebody that has 2 brain cells. Because what happens with these people that are credit card collectors and old debt collectors in these situations, they're national companies. They're sitting in cubicles, 150 people in an office, or they're working from home, one of the two. And there's, fluorescent lights overhead. It's like a boiler room type thing, something you would see in a movie, right?
Oh.
And it's a horrible job. And they have figured out that if they can elicit emotion from you, get you angry or afraid, that your thinking centers of the brain don't operate anymore. You move to the frontal lobe into the lizard brain, which is fight or flight. And if they can get you where you're not thinking, you will not think and pay them.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because I actually just recently had a situation happen where I was scammed out of a large amount of money, and that is exactly the strategy they used.
Yeah. And so fear and anger are the 2 things they're trying to activate. And so if you'll just remember that the person you're talking to has an average time on the job of 21 days, you now have more training than they do after you and I have this discussion. They're only taught to do one thing: piss the guy off and you'll get money from him. And so anything they do, they make up all kinds of stuff. They'll call your wife names. They'll call your dog names. They'll talk about your mama. I mean, it's on and on and on. It's a game. It's a psychological game. And just go. So I'm going to return to short, quick sentences that are very calm. It's like, hey, I understand that this is your job and you're trying to this technique, but here's the deal. It doesn't change the fact I got $1,000, and it doesn't change the fact I'm getting ready to hang up and call the next guy. So do you want to talk about this or not? Yes or no? And if you say anything other than yes, I'm going to push end on my phone and this conversation's over. Ready? Here's your opportunity. Say yes. And when they go, bap, 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 just hang up. Okay. And then just move on. And you may have to call 5 or 6 times to each one of them to get it figured out. But you're exactly right. Do not give them electronic access to your checking account. They lie. They'll clean you out. Only wire them money or send them a prepaid debit card with the exact amount on it. And that's all that's ever going to be on that card, and it's done. Something like that. And you must have it in writing because they lie. You can tell they're lying if their mouth is moving before you do it. Now, if you have $5,200, life's going to be a lot easier if you just get it in writing that this is the actual amount, and then I will send you the money, okay? But if you want to try to settle it for 50 cents on the dollar like you're doing, because you don't have the money because you got scammed, then that's how you're going to do it. But you've just got to remember this is an industry that is based on very primitive juvenile techniques. And they have zero ethics at all. And so you people call making the mistake of thinking I'm talking to a normal human being. And this is not a normal conversation. Like if you owed me money or I owed you money, Josh, I mean, we would talk and we would try to be somewhat reasonable. We might be angry but we're still going to try to keep a connection. But that has nothing to do with what you're doing here. You're just jumping into a barrel of piranha and trying to get out with your skin on. That's all you're doing.
I love that you lay that out for folks, because I'd love for you to weigh in on this. They have to know that they're not going to get most of that money. So they only have those techniques. And if you, our audience, understand what Dave just taught you, Dave, they will settle. That they're just thrilled to get $1,000, truth be known. Is that fair?
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
Because they know. They've done the numbers. It's a game.
Yeah, they get, and if it is a someone calling you, it could be a debt buyer, and you can buy old bad debt.
Mm-hmm.
People buy blocks of it and then try to collect it, right?
Right.
You can buy that for about a nickel on the dollar.
Wow.
So, I mean, you were here a few years ago.
I remember we did that.
We bought $10 million, 8,000 accounts, $10 million worth of debt for $259,000. And then that was our Christmas, part of our Christmas around here. 8,000 accounts. We had 1,000 people.
So
Each person
fun.
got to call 8 people and say, in Jesus' name, your debt is forgiven. And that's Merry Christmas. And we're going to send you an email telling you that. And so for $259,000, we got rid of $10 million worth of debt. That was 2.5 cents on the dollar.
Crazy.
So, but we got a bargain on it because they knew what we were doing. They knew we were just forgiving it. I love entrepreneurs. Don't forget, guys, I started my company on a card table myself. So I know what it's like to have people counting on you, your team, your family, not to mention your customers. And when you're the one signing the paychecks, you can't afford to fly blind. But I'll be honest, early on, one thing that nearly sunk us was wasting time with spreadsheets that didn't add up because business units didn't talk to each other. I finally told my team, just fix it. And they did. We got NetSuite. That was years ago, and we've never looked back. See, NetSuite isn't just for tech giants. It's built for growing businesses like yours. Over 43,000 businesses already run on NetSuite, including a lot that started just like you. And now, with built-in AI, NetSuite is helping them even more. It's one system connected to every part of your business for real-time insights, not guesswork. NetSuite AI flags inventory issues, cash flow risks, even supplier delays before they become problems. So you can trust the data, stop wasting time, and make the right decisions faster. Take a free product tour today at netsuite.com/Ramsey. That's netsuite.com/Ramsey. You ever feel like you're doing everything right with your money, but you're still not getting anywhere? Well, you're not alone if you got that treadmill action going. Maybe you made the changes and had a few wins, but something still feels off. Well, it's not because you failed. It's because money isn't simply math. It's also emotional. And that emotional fight can quietly sabotage or accelerate your progress. That's exactly what Jade Washaw's new book, What No One Tells You About Money, is all about. It's the first Ramsey book that takes an honest, in-depth look at the emotional side of money. Yes, we got the practical tools to make progress for good, but she's also going to give you the practical tools to make you the hero, because you start to understand this is not just a math problem. Pre-order right now for $24.99. Get over $100 in free bonus items, enhanced audiobook, early access to the ebook, instant access to an exclusive video of your financial checkup with Jade, book exclusive 3-week online book club, and a live Q&A with Jade. All of that is included if you pre-order this book right now. It comes out the 1st of January. Pre-order today at RamseySolutions.com/store, or if you're watching on YouTube or podcast, click the link in the description. Daniel is with us in New York. Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right, Dave. How about you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So I'm 29, and I'm planning on going back to school to become a radiological technician or a X-ray tech. And I'm trying to figure out whether or not I should keep investing or if I should stop investing to pay for school as I go.
How much is school?
So they charge $800 a credit, and it's for an associate's degree. So it's going to be $48,000. That's not including fees, textbooks, and travel, because I have to travel once a semester as well. and I'll be doing clinicals depending on the site.
So do you know the
So it could
all-in
be anywhere
number?
From,
So what's the
I
all-in
do not
number?
know the all-in number. Rough guess is 60,000.
That sounds right. What do you make now?
overestimating. Right now, I make 58,000.
So how long is it going to take you to save 60,000?
I'm actually pretty close to that because I was supposed to be getting married next year. Unfortunately, things didn't work out, so I have $54,000 in the bank right now.
Oh, okay. Is this a
And
full-time? Is it
also-
full-time school?
Yes, it'd be full time. It'd be full time.
How are you paying for food while you're in school?
So I'm still at home with my family because I was figuring stuff out for a while, and my ex at the time were going to move out. So I'm still with mom and dad at the time.
How old are you?
29.
Okay, you said that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Why X-ray tech? Why? How'd you pick this?
So I work as a security guard in a medical facility, and one of our departments is imaging. And this seems like it's. I've always been interested in capturing like images and stuff, and working with photography. I never really got around to it though. I was always interested, but never really applied myself because I was too lazy. And then I decided to make a major change and trying to start pushing my life forward and make big changes. And I think this is the right one.
Yeah. How long does it take to get through the school?
The school is online.
How long does it take to get through the school?
What do you mean to get to the
Same
school?
question.
How
To the
long?
actual-
How long is it going to take you to graduate?
Oh, 2 years. I'm sorry. I thought you said to get to the school.
Oh, I'm
it'll
sorry.
take me 2 years to graduate.
So you can't do any kind of work while doing this program for 2 years?
No, I'll be working full time. I'll be working full time as my security guard.
Oh,
I work from
okay.
6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then I finish my shift at 2, and then I'll be going to class from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Fantastic. Well, I don't see why you need to stop investing. Do you have any debt?
I have no debt.
What does your current investing program look like? What are you doing?
So I was investing 6% into my company 401k. They match back and put 2%, and then at the end of the year they put 5.5. So
Okay.
at the end of the year they match 7.5%, and then I was investing into a
All right,
Roth,
if you keep investing, you don't have any overhead to live, and you're earning money. You would have the money to get through school with the 54,000 if you keep investing. So it's not really an either or, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay. So let's start school today, and let's keep investing
Yep.
and keep working. Ready, set, go.
Yeah, I'm already enrolled. I should be starting January 5th. I'm just waiting on
Okay.
waiting on a meeting.
So the only question we had then is, do you stop investing? No, I don't think you have to because you got 54,000 in a full-time job.
Mhm.
So you'll have the money. The investing won't keep you from completing school mathematically.
No.
Okay.
It will not.
Then keep investing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's easy. Okay. Took a minute to get through your whole story, but yeah, that's good. I like it. Very good. Proud of you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go get it. He's got a plan. He's executing the plan. Boom.
Yeah, I
How
love
cool is that?
It is cool. I loved his answer. Quick little lesson for people. Here's a guy that is trying to figure out what he's doing. He called himself lazy. A lot of self-awareness there. And he's security guard in a facility that has a craft that he's intrigued by. He clearly does his homework. And he goes, I've always been interested in capturing images. He never probably thought of being an X-ray tech. But now this is what I would call a new trade. And this is a very, very essential, if you remember that stupid word that was thrown around during COVID. This is a good trade to pick up. He's got some opportunities, Dave, to branch off of that. So this is a great move here.
It's a good first step in his
That's
medical
right.
career.
That is correct.
Yeah, it's not the end.
No,
It's a good
no.
first
Puts
step.
him on a good ladder.
Yeah, but also your book, The Proximity Principle, he's in proximity
That's right. Very
with
smart.
something that he ends up doing,
That's exactly
although it had nothing to do with what he was actually hired to do.
That's right. There's a good chance, by the way, that when he finishes the program, he comes back into that same building. He just changes out the work clothes. And
That'd
I
be
love
neat.
that, you know.
I wonder if they would pay for it.
It's very possible. It depends on the demand. Do they need people? And this is key. Great question, Dave, because here's the thing. If you were in a field or planning to go into a field, do an extra set of homework assignments to go, what's the need across the nation, not just in my locale? Does this industry, are they having a hard time recruiting people and getting people in? In that case, Dave, you would see a lot of companies go, We like you. We'll invest in you. The deal is you got to come work for us. It's
Well, he's
a
already
great deal.
working for them.
He's already in the building.
So it's an employee benefit to pay for
It happens
continuing
a lot.
ed to work for us in a different department. Like you said, change clothes.
And the correlation, by the way, Dave, is always, is there a higher demand from employers? They need people.
And they usually do, especially in the medical field. Jeff's in Springfield. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Fine. I hope you're doing well.
Better than we deserve. What's up, brother?
Well, I'm a 68-year-old semi-retired guy that my wife passed away 4 years ago,
I'm sorry.
unexpectedly. Life goes on. I call it Jeff 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm retired. I've got a great pension. I get about $80,000 a year in my pension.
Mm-hmm.
And I have about $80,000 in investments, including 401ks, and my house is paid for.
Cool.
And I make.
I just looked
money
up
on
at
the
my
side.
clock, and I'm running short on time. What's your question?
I recently found reconnected with a with a old girlfriend, and the problem, we're talking about getting married. The problem is she's a health professional, got $100,000 in student loan debt and some other bills. And I said, my house is paid for. I'm pretty much debt free. If we go any further in the relationship, should I get a prenup and things like that?
No.
No.
Y'all just work on getting that debt paid off. You got 80 coming in. She's got money coming in. Y'all reach over and get that debt paid off. You know, you don't want to live.
Well,
Listen, if you're 68 and you live to 88, that's the next 20 years, you know, student loan hanging over your head. Nah. If you're going to get married, clean it up. Y'all, you know, it's not 800,000. It's just a handful of money. You can do this. You can do this. No, we don't need a prenup for something that small. If you got if you got $8 million or something, you may want a prenup, but you don't. So, no, I think you guys talk about it a lot, about what you're going to do. Maybe even get some pre-marriage counseling, which sounds a little weird when you're 68, but do it anyway. And, and get on the same page. Be aligned about what the plan is and what the expectations are. But I'd be combining everything. If you're going to combine your life, combine your life. This is The Ramsey Show. Don't let big grocery bills spoil your holiday plans. Shop at Aldi first. They've got USDA choice meats like beef, pork, and even your turkey, along with fresh produce, holiday desserts, and more. And you'll find all of them at the lowest prices of any national grocery store. A family of four can save up to $4,000 a year by shopping at Aldi. You don't need a membership or some loyalty app either. So stop overpaying this holiday season. Go to aldi.us to find a store near you. That's aldi.us.
Savings based on regional analysis of Aldi versus select competitors. Prices may vary by location, product availability, and the market.
Welcome back to the Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union studios. Ken Coleman, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author, is my co-host today. Barbara's with us in Wyoming. Hey, Barbara, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. How can I help?
So I'm retired. I'm 66 years old. I have a federal pension and Social Security, a little bit more than $60,000. I'm on baby step 2. The last 2 debts I have are federal taxes and state of New York taxes. I've been working with the National Tax Preparation Organization to settle these debts. I've already paid for paying negotiating on your behalf for the federal debt is part of the whole package. But when it comes to state taxes, there's an extra charge. So my total debt to the state of New York is about $30,000, and that's with all the penalties and interest and everything. They want to charge me $6,500 to represent them, to represent me to the state of New York, and they don't want to give me any information as to past success ratios. I've been trying to get some information to help with this decision, and they've been stonewalling me. So I don't really know what to do at this point.
You're very wise.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You smell a rat, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
They've done everything they were supposed to do up to this point.
The federal's not settled, is it?
No, that's
not settled. So they haven't done everything they're supposed to do.
Well, they've actually figured all the taxes. They've done all the taxes.
Oh, that was hard. Any tax prep idiot can do that.
Well, it was complicated. I've done.
Okay, so they figured out all the taxes. That's
really
great. But they have not negotiated your federal tax liability down at all.
No,
not
yet.
Not yet.
That's next up.
Yeah. So after you do that successfully, I'll think about the other.
Well, except that I left New York a couple years ago, so there's no more debt stacking up to New York, and so I just gave them all the paperwork to do the federal taxes. So we're not to the point of negotiating on federal taxes.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to wait until the federal taxes. Listen, I would not do it. They're not going to successfully do this. The vast majority of the tax settlement companies collect $5,000 to $15,000 and don't do anything. They don't have the ability to do anything. On the federal level, there's only one way that your federal income taxes are reduced, and it's called an OIC, an offer in compromise, and they have to prove that you are completely broke and impoverished in order to get that through. I've seen a handful of those go through in 30 years, and I've seen thousands attempted. So that's on the federal level. I've never tried it with New York, but they're very, very difficult to do at the federal level, and these companies are on cable TV. Former IRS agents work for us and give us $10,000 and we'll settle your debt. Don't bother us unless you've got at least $50,000 in debt. And, and it's a bunch of crap, okay, because it just can't do it most of the time. I am very suspicious that this is exactly the same thing.
Oh, okay. Well, they seem pretty confident that they can do it.
But you don't. Because they're stonewalling you. You know why they're stonewalling you and won't give you any answers? Is because they don't have any. If they told you the actual percentage success that they had, you would laugh at them.
Well, they said they saved people $1 billion.
Yeah.
But they don't tell me how many people.
I don't know what people win
and all that.
You keep making your own case. We don't even have to answer this call if you just listen to that last sentence you said. You keep making a fabulous case as to why you shouldn't do this. Let me share something with you. These agencies have no more pull with the IRS or the New York the New York state government than you do. I'm just telling you. Good luck. Try calling the IRS today.
I don't know what New York's rules are. I do know what the federal rules are on settling debt. Okay, but if you want to find out, just go on RamseySolutions.com for free and click on our tax prep folks in New York and contact them and ask them if they can negotiate a $30,000 income tax bill that is delinquent, including penalties, in New York, and ask them if they can do it or if they know someone that can and what they would charge. And put that piece of data beside the piece of data that you've got, and you'll probably have a bit of a chuckle.
My guess is, Dave, and I'm not suggesting she'd do this, but Barbara, I would relax on the New York thing. The chances of them...
Oh, no, they'll hunt her down.
They may.
It's New York. They'll hunt her down.
I don't know. You have way more confidence.
She's in Wyoming. She's hard to find, but they'll hunt her down. But yeah, eventually, I want her to deal with it. But I'm not panicked about it.
We're not worried.
And 100% chance I'm not going to pay $6,500 to whoever this mystery company that has saved billions of lives and fed starving children in Africa and all the other bull crap. Yeah, just bull crap. All right. Up next is B in Phoenix. Hey, B, what's up?
Hi, Dave Ramsey. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
Yes. So I just recently bought a house in Phoenix, which I'm really proud of.
Good.
However, my family's not very happy for me, but that's a different scenario. My dad is in debt. He's thinking about declaring a second bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
My family is asking me to possibly have him move in with me because he's pretty much borderline homeless.
And you don't want to. Why didn't he move in with your son?
Oh, he doesn't have I'm the only girl. The only.
No, I'm sorry. Who was suggesting that he move in with you?
Oh, my aunts.
Oh, well, tell them to let him move in with them.
They're making it my responsibility.
No, it's not your responsibility. It's their responsibility. It was their idea. You thought of it. You do it. Don't sign other people up for your charity work.
Yeah, the thing is, they don't have a house of their own. I saved. I pretty much.
They have a rental, and it's got a floor in the living room. That's where Dad sleeps. It's their brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should take care of their brother instead of trying to get somebody else to do it. You don't want to do this. That's why you called. I'm giving you permission to not do this.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm telling you not to do this. Why are people mad you bought a house?
Oh, one of my aunts, she guilt-tripped me, said she wanted to combine finances with me and
this
buy
is the
a
one that
condo.
wants you to let Dad move in.
Yes, well,
this woman has a lot of opinions about other people's stuff. Yeah, she's a good person to love from a distance. Further
That's your
distance than
life.
you've been loving her from.
I don't know why you give all these ants all this power.
Yeah, I just go, God, it's like an ant hill. Oh, my God. Running around everywhere, getting bit by ants. Ugh, it's awful. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, you need a little more distance between you and crazy ants. And tell the ants to let your dad go over there because you can't do it right now. It doesn't work for you right now.
Hey guys, you know those too good to pass up holiday promos? Well, they can be great, but with every spin of the digital wheel, the newsletter sign up, the coupon code, you're giving away your data. You think that info just stays with the store? I doubt it. It goes into the corners of cyberspace where data brokers grab it, repackage it, and sell it to spammers, scammers, and generally bad people. The FTC just reported consumers lost over $12.5 billion to fraud last year. And that's not just a number. That's your money, your time, and your privacy. And that's why I recommend Delete Me, your digital cleanup crew. The Delete Me privacy pros dig through hundreds of these data broker sites, they scrub your info, and they keep it gone, which means fewer weird robocalls, fewer spam texts, and it's the gift that keeps on giving because it's an annual subscription. And Ramsey listeners can get 20% off those annual plans at joindeleteme.com/Ramsey with code Ramsey at checkout. Do it today. That's joindeleteme.com/Ramsey, code Ramsey.
Ramsey Show question of the day is sponsored by Why Refi. You can't change the past, but you can change your next move. Why Refi helps people with defaulted private student loans. You can refinance them to a payment that fits your budget. Visit whyrefi.com/Ramsey. That's the letter Y, REFY.com/Ramsey, not in all states.
Today's question comes from Gabriella in California. We didn't hear about the Ramsey Show until after we purchased our first home. We went with a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage and a payment that's over 25% of our monthly pay. Should we pause investing and put that extra money on our mortgage so we can refinance to a 15-year fixed mortgage and lower our payment to the recommended amount?
No. No, I wouldn't go through all that. What I would do is just make sure you're managing your budget really, really carefully and begin to reduce your mortgage in your baby step 6. So if you're out of debt, you have your emergency fund in place. You're working 4, 5, and 6 together. 4 is 15% of your income going into retirement. 5 is kids' college, and 6 is reduce your mortgage until it's paid off. So when you get it reduced down a ways, if you want to restructure it, if it becomes worth it, if you can get a lower interest rate, it might be worth it to refinance and take out maybe a 10-year or a 15. But that's years from now after you get it reduced. In the meantime, know that your mortgage is too high, and so resist this justification. My budget's tight, so I have to take out a car payment. Don't go back in debt. Don't blame your house because you made the decision. If you cannot exist without taking out debt for other purchases because your house payment's too big, then you need to sell the house and move down. But I don't think that's the case here. I think you can work through this. I wouldn't have signed you up for it, as you know, but I think you can work through this and get there. I think it's possible.
Yeah, there's no mention in this of other debt, but if there is, obviously you're going to work our baby steps and you're going to reduce expenses in other areas of your life. And look, if you got to get a better job or work an extra job for a while, you have to make the margin that you've already eaten up.
Exactly. You got to make sure you cover it. You can't let this bite you at the end of the day. Jeremy's in Cincinnati. Hey, Jeremy, how are you?
I'm doing well. Well, I guess that's the whole truth, or I wouldn't be calling you. So anyway, may God continue to bless you. I really appreciate what you're doing for people.
Thank you.
It's very challenging to find a solid source of help. I have been struggling and dancing with bankruptcy for essentially 7 years.
Wow.
Everything started, I'm not in it. I started the process post-divorce, but at the advice of the attorney, he's like, well, wait till this happens. Now wait till this happens. And essentially got in a position where I borrowed money from family and I wasn't going to run them through the ringer to go through a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Try to make this as quick as I can, as your call screener requested. I'm essentially $120,000 in debt, $20,000 out of it as a car loan at a very high interest rate because of my credit score. There's roughly $4,000 in back taxes from 2021, a $13,000 Parent Plus loan that I owe money on, and the rest is unsecured debt that I've accumulated either from back in the divorce or over the years of having 3 kids.
How much
college.
of this is family debt?
Out now.
How much do you owe your family?
I don't owe my family anymore.
Oh, I thought you said, okay. So what's the unsecured debt for $90,000? What is it, credit cards?
Mostly credit cards and some loans. Yeah.
Okay, what do you make?
Just trying to get through. My current salary now is $141,000.
That's good. I am currently being garnished for $100,000 from one credit card company, and my spousal support, my child support had expired just last year, and then the garnishments came in, and my spousal support's roughly $1,200. Aside from other bills that I have, before anything, I'm bringing home roughly $5,000 a month. And I started back down the track on bankruptcy again, but again, I'm not a year out from having my family being pulled into that, and I don't want to do that to them. Preferential treatment. Yeah,
I am.
Okay, so let me ask you. You said $100,000 worth of garnishment. What are you talking about?
No, not $100,000 worth of garnishment. I'm saying $1,000 a month.
Oh, $1,000 a month.
Garnished.
Okay, so you make $140,000. And they're taking out $1,000 for that, and they're taking out how much for child support? $1,200.
Spousal support $1,280.
Okay, so that's $2,200. That's less than $30,000 out of the $140,000. So that leaves you $90,000, not counting taxes. How big's your tax refund?
Oh, I don't usually get any.
Good.
refund.
Okay, and then so how much do you have coming out for 401k?
That is maxing out at 6%.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do, Jeremy. You're making a lot of money. It's just going back out the door. What do you think you're spending it on? All these payments. You got this car payment's outrageous. It's $1,500, isn't it?
My car payment is $438 a month, but it's a very long loan at a 13% interest rate.
Okay.
One of the other things that's in the mix here is I am 1/3 owner of my mother's home from when she passed, and there's currently no settlement with my brothers and I on liquidating at least my share of it.
But you're not paying anything on that.
No, I'm not paying anything on that.
You might get some money out of it someday. Okay. All right. So
yes,
here's what I'm doing. I'm still not finding $140,000. So I temporarily would stop your 401k. I'm going to put you on a beans and rice budget. You don't eat out anymore. You don't go on vacation anymore, and you're going to make every dollar behave. Because 140 minus 2,200 minus 500 for a car payment, you still got a lot of money that is unexplained here, and I want you to go find it. I'm going to give you the every dollar premium budget, which is going to guide you through this whole process. But more than anything, Jeremy, you got to make every single dollar behave before the month begins and then execute on that with deathly efficiency. And, you've kind of been, it feels like you've kind of been wallowing around in this for so long that you've kind of lost your footing and you can't get a handhold, you can't get a foothold. And so I want you to just back up 3 steps, take a deep breath, and dive into cold water and go, okay, fresh start, clean eyes, clear eyes, fresh start. Now, look at the math only. Where the flip is $140,000 going? Because you sure hadn't explained it to me in this. And I want you to go find that for your sake. You don't have to explain it to me, but you need to go find it. Cut up the stupid credit cards. Never touch one of those dadgum things again. They're destroying your life. And then let's list your debts smallest to largest and begin to attack them in that order after you start paying minimum payments. But you can stop the 401k. You can put the Parent Plus loan on temporary hardship. And then you could turn around and start attacking these other debts that you are paying monthly on, get them cleared up, and then come back to the Parent Plus loan and clean it up later. All of these things are gettable. They're very doable. And whatever that one that's got the garnishment on, get that thing, get it done, get it knocked out. And, man, I would just I'd pop it that way as hard as I could hit it. But the math here says you've got great hope. Your voice does not say that.
Yeah, I would recommend that you even get a second job, target $30,000 to $50,000. What would it take? How could you make an additional $30,000 to $50,000? Now, you got good income, but I think you need some intensity right now. We've heard enough debt-free screams that when we hear these people say, we worked every second that we could, and we made so much money. I think right now you need a jump start of intensity. And I would have looked to sell this car. This $20,000 car's got a $400 plus payment to it. You need to go all in, scorched earth, more income, and beans and rice.
That thing needs to be paid off in the next 12 months, or you need to sell it.
Yep.
You need to get fired up here. So you clean up those credit cards, you clean up that car loan, you start cleaning up a bunch of this, and all you've got left is the unsecured. You can start plowing through this stuff like a snowplow, baby. You can start knocking them down just like dominoes. It'll happen. We've seen people do it all the time. Yeah. Hang on. We'll sign you up as our gift to the expanded version, the new and improved Every Dollar. If you've got collectors breathing down your neck and you're drowning in credit card debt, you don't need another debt relief company trying to sell you sunshine and unicorns. You need real help. And Guardian Litigation Group is the real deal. They're not a call center. They're actual attorneys. That means when a creditor tries to sue you, they can step into the courtroom and fight back. Now listen, debt settlement isn't pretty. It's not a magic wand, and I'd prefer you get out of debt the old-fashioned way. But if you're staring down bankruptcy and you've got no other way out, Guardian gives you a path to clean up the mess without paying a dime up front. Guardian's attorneys have helped over 55,000 people across the nation settle over $600 million of debt. So if you're ready to take back control of your life and stop cringing every time the phone rings, go to guardianlit.com/Ramsey. That's guardianlit.com/Ramsey. Ramsey.
Paid endorsement, attorney advertising, Guardian Litigation Group LLP. Not available in Minnesota and Oregon. Results vary and no specific outcome is guaranteed. Debt settlement may negatively affect credit and not all creditors will negotiate or settle. Savings vary and may be taxable. Please review our website terms for more information.
Megan is with us in St. Louis. Hey, Megan, how are you?
Hey, Dave. I'm fair to Midland today. How are you doing?
About the same, other than I'm better than I deserve. How can I help?
Well, I need help understanding or framing out how do I tell my mom I am starting to resent her after some financial choices that she's made.
Okay. How old is your mom?
She's 60.
And how old are you?
32.
Okay. So why does it affect you?
So she has been a successful medical professional in the physical therapy practice world. She had 3 clinics and was a single mom and supported me and my sister for the majority of our life. And as an adult, we've had mutual respect for our business decisions. And 5 years ago, she sold her clinics or her interest in them and her home to move in with her long-term fiance. And she took those proceedings and made his dream happen of opening up a diner. And they did that at a somewhat opportune time where other diners were liquidating their equipment. They were able to purchase that, and it's been very successful over the last 5 years. However, as the diner got stronger, their relationship got weaker, and they broke off the engagement, and she moved out earlier this year. He then bought out her interest in the diner, but not directly, not in one lump sum. He is paying in monthly installments. And her investment there was about half of her profits from the sale of the business and the home. And at this point, it's going to take another 15 years to recoup that. So it's coming down to
how does this affect you?
Well, we've been in a family dynamic where we go on vacations together. We plan holidays together, and she's made promises to me and my sister about being included on a home purchase and planning a wedding, and I'm soon to be engaged. And she's promised that she'd like to be committed to that. And now I'm having those feelings that she had the finances to make her fiance's dreams come true, but now where is that money for our dreams? when she's saying that the money just isn't there.
Yeah.
So
you're not going to like me.
That's okay. If I need a kick in the pants, go for it.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I already second whatever his motion is about to be.
You're 32 years old. Okay. Yeah. You sound like an 18-year-old whining that your mommy didn't give you something. Your mom's a single mom, grew something from nothing, screwed up with a bad choice in men again, and lost her money. And you're whining about your wedding. You're 32. Go pay for your wedding and love your mother.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. She's a warrior princess. She raised you girls from nothing. She had nothing, and she built this thing out of the dirt with her hands. And then she lost it. You should be heartbroken for her, mad at the twerp with the diner, not worried about yourself.
I have been, and I
But you've been mad at him because he got your money, the way you're acting.
Yeah, we've been on vacations where I've, covered the bill. I treated for her 60th birthday trip earlier this year, and
yeah. Well, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Or if you can't do that because you're saving for your own wedding, that's okay, because she made these choices. You don't have to cover her travel bill. But on the other hand, I don't think she's not obligated to pay for a 32-year-old woman's wedding as a single mom who lost her money to a bad relationship.
Yeah, I think that's where I have to identify where those feelings came from.
Yeah, I think if I were you, I would parse out the two things. Number one is, what are you required to do for her? Nothing. She'll make it. She's okay. And, let her go. Let her release her on what she was thinking she was going to be able to do for you, but now has messed up and is not able to. And so, any expectation that she gives you money should turn and not be there anymore and turn into gratitude for what she's already done for you.
Yeah, and on the question, the way you worded it, how do I tell my mom I resent her? That implies that you haven't said anything yet. I think it's okay to communicate two emotions that I heard, that you're mad and that you're sad. And I think as an adult, you honor your mother, but you can have an honest conversation. I think it's probably important for you to get that off your chest, but in a way that is respectful and honoring, and then move on. But you got to acknowledge that you're mad and you're sad. But
mainly, though, sad for her.
Yeah.
Not mad because I didn't get something.
Well, it's okay for her to say, I'm mad that she made this promise and she can't keep it, but we got to move on. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it is what it is.
30 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. But go ahead and deal with it, because she's misplacing the way the question is framed. I'm misplacing my emotions towards my mom. And I just think that that's unhealthy. This is a lady who did well for you. So if you want her on vacation, you set the terms in your mind, you and your sis, and you go, this is what we're going to do for mom. And we're not going to resent her. We're not going to be gripey about it. And you just move on.
Or we don't do it.
You don't do it at all. Don't have her on vacation.
I don't, I'm not able to do this right now because I'm saving for my own wedding. And that's a perfectly reasonable answer.
That is.
She did make her own bed in that sense.
Yeah.
But no, mainly I'm going to be sad for her and deciding how much I'm willing to do to help her. My concern for myself needs to be close to zero in this. You're too old for that.
That's exactly right.
That's my point.
Yeah, I agree with you. Move on.
Just move on with it. And it's, and here's the thing. I think Dr. John were here. He would say, you're probably playing these tapes over and over like 42 times in your head every day.
Yeah.
It'll be really good to get the tapes out of your head and just let them go somewhere else. Just let them go off into the sunset, and just smile and go, Mom messed up, and she did good for a while, and then she messed up, and that's just Mom.
Yeah. That's right. Well, to your point, you can't be full of gratitude and full of anger at the same time. So let's just be an adult and let's focus on what we're grateful for. This woman did a lot for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Against the odds, by the way. Single mom, 3 clinics. I mean, she's not a doofus.
She just doesn't pick men well.
Fair.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. But all right. Cynthia's in Toronto. Hey, Cynthia, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm honored to talk to you both today.
You too. How can we help?
Okay, so this is probably a silly question based on a few callers back, but I'm a new listener, and I thought I would still ask. So what does gazelle intensity look like in baby step 2 when it comes to sinking funds? For example, I want to put $150 a month each to my car fund for repairs, a pet fund for like an older dog, and vacation and gift funds. Not to actually take a vacation, but say, if we go on a camping trip or something like that with a big family, it would equal to $600 a month or $7,200 a year, and it would be about $1,800 per category. So I just want to know what you guys think about that.
Okay, I only do the bare necessities when I'm in baby step 2 when we're in gazelle intense baby step 2 working the debt snowball. So the sinking funds would reflect that. We're not going on vacation. Period. We're not spending $7,000 a year on vacations. Not while we're in baby step 2. No. Yes, we've got to keep our car repaired. So yes, you need to have a monthly account, monthly line item in your budget that can build up. And yes, that can be called a sinking fund for car repairs, because you do have to do car repairs while you're in there. And if you have a dog that you're fairly sure is going to have some issues, then that's an ongoing budgeting item that's going to happen, and you're going to deal with it no matter how intense you are. You're going to deal with the dog situation. So you need something there. But that's not $15,000 for a pet in the middle of this. This is, it's a few $100s here or there for some vet bills. And so anything like that, if, your tires need to be replaced, that's part of your car repair, right? But car replacement, no, we don't need to worry about car replacement right now. We're getting out of debt. We'll worry about that after we get out of baby step 3. And so only the things that are necessary to operate the house bare minimum that fall into sinking, those are the only sinking funds we fund at that point. Really good question, by the way.
The holidays can come with a lot of pressure to spend. Family, friends, Secret Santa at the office, all the things. But y'all, this season should be about peace, not payments. That's a big reason why I love Fairwinds Credit Union. They share the Ramsey values of helping you reach your money goals without debt. And with the Fairwinds Smart Bundle, Ramsey fans get a no-fee checking account, a high-yield savings to grow your emergency fund, and the exclusive Ramsey Be Weird debit card. It says, debt is normal, be weird, right there on the front. So every time you use it, it's a reminder that you're doing your money differently. So this Christmas, skip the credit cards and celebrate progress, not payments. Spend with peace of mind, knowing that you're sticking to your budget and staying debt-free. And check out the Fairwinds Smart Bundle today at fairwinds.org/Ramsey. And open up the Smart Bundle and grab your exclusive Ramsey Be Weird debit card. That's fairwinds.org/Ramsey. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
Brian's in Wisconsin. Hey, Brian, how are you?
Better than I deserve. How are you two today?
Just the same. How can I help?
First-time caller, long-time listener. My wife and I are on baby step 6. We make about $425,000 a year, with the bulk of that coming from my employment. I work as a software engineer with consulting work on the side. We have a high savings rate, just over $200,000 a year.
Wow!
But my work-life balance, it sucks, non-existent, and it's taken a toll on my mental and physical health. I'm doing this because my wife and I, we plan to have kids soon, no kids right now. And I'm also worried that my skills might be obsolete in the next 3 to 5 years due to the advancements in artificial intelligence. So my question is it possible to sort of be too focused on savings and sort of delayed gratification? And should I shift my focus to maintaining my health and a decent work-life balance, even with the uncertainty of the future job market?
Well, you already know that you should do that.
Okay.
You know that. And the way you phrased the question tells me that you know that. You just wanted someone to agree with you. And yes, I think you're very wise to have observed that. So here's what's happening. You are... we always talk about in every marriage, there's typically a nerd and a free spirit. I'm the nerd at my house, the detail person. My wife is the free spirit. My daughter Rachel is the free spirit. Her husband Winston is the nerd. You're definitely the nerd at your house. And it shows up not only in your career field, but in your approach to this entire phone call even, okay? So you're very detailed, very focused person. You like systems, you work systems. It made you a good living, by the way, which is wonderful. Okay. But you've gotten completely over the edge into that world, and you've lost all the other beautiful parts of life, focusing only on the ones and zeros. And so you're exactly right. You're very self-aware. You're very wise to say, I need to back up. I need some art and some science in my life, not just science. And art is the romance of my wife, the beauty of some children that need to be on the way this week. Come on, dude, get some kids. And, it's the best thing ever happened to you. And no, by the way, you're not going to be unemployed because of AI. You're going to be the guy that tells AI what to do. Now, if you're writing lines of code, yeah, you may be not writing lines of code anymore in 4 or 5 years. I don't doubt that. I got a feeling AI is going to be writing most of our code, and I'm fine with that. But somebody's got to tell the stupid thing how to do it, because it's artificial intelligence, by the way, like artificial sweetener. And so we're using, I'm not in your world, except that we have a lot of digital products and a lot of digital people here. And a lot of our software engineers are convinced that they need to get above AI and boss it around as their new job description in the future, rather than do what it's trying to do right now. And that's just my take on it as an entrepreneur. But I don't think you're going to be unemployed, because I think you're already considering how you're going to pivot to take advantage of the new technology instead of it taking you out.
Yeah, Brian, two quick questions here to focus on this balance issue. How much of the 425 is your income?
About 370.
Okay, of the 370, you mentioned your job, and then I heard consulting. So break down the income, your income of the 370. How much is consulting outside of your 9 to 5?
You know, it's split right down the middle. My 9 to 5 is half of it, and consulting is the other half.
Okay. Wow. How many hours is the consulting taking up in a week?
About 20 hours a week on top of my 9 to 5, 40 hours a week.
All right. So I just wanted to tactically start to break that down, because Dave's right. I agree with everything he said. So now we need to look at, okay, we've been in this scarcity mindset, all this savings. So we need to dial back the 60 hours. So if you're looking at, I hate to tell anybody to take a step back in income, but the reality is you need to take a step back in hours. So we're looking at 60 hours a week. And that's what's causing the big part of your pain why you called today. So you got to adjust that. That's where we go in and we tactically make some changes.
But you've been doing, I can just tell by the way you're handling this, you've been doing technology a long time. This is not your first ride.
Yeah, very true. Over 10 years experience.
Exactly. And so you've navigated changes, disruptions before. This one's a little bit more of a tsunami than a minor disruption, but you're going to navigate this and you're going to be fine. There are people that are going to be taken out by it. If you think you're going to, be a Dev 1 coder 5 years from now, you're not. No, people, those of you listening, okay? I don't think that's happening. There's not going to be much of that happening. But there's a lot of stuff we're not going to be doing. But that's okay. There's other things we can do with this technology. But you've got to have a brain that works the way your brain works to be able to make AI do what it's supposed to do. And so a brain that works, I can't make it do what you can make it do, in other words. And because my brain is not set up that way, and I don't have the knowledge base that you have.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be in a really good position.
And that raises another question, Brian. Is the consulting work the exact same type of work in the 9 to 5, or is it slightly different?
Same work, different fields. One is law, and the other one is healthcare.
I just wonder, as a part of this transition, as you begin to kind of scale back so that you can start a family, get the stress out of your life, I wonder if the consulting is not eventually a business where you work for yourself and you kind of make yourself even more insulated from the threat of AI. Just something to think about. I'm not putting you on the spot to answer that, but there's something to this.
Some pivot there.
There's a potential. I'll say that. There's a potential pivot. If I were sitting with you in your living room walking through the next 5 years, I'd want to look, what is the future of the consulting business, and how could you, add to or full pivot? So
are you literally writing code right now?
I am working right now, yes. But
No, I mean, that's not this second. I mean, is this today your job description is you write lines of code?
Nope, we're telling AIs what to do, which is kind of what made me call in. Like, who knows what this thing's going to do in 5 years?
Yeah, but I mean, today you are. That's okay. So you're a senior engineer. Okay, I got you. All right, because you're killing it income wise. I'm so proud of you. Very well done. So you're very smart. You're a planner. You're a thinker. You flowchart stuff in your brain. You can't keep from doing it, including your own life. And so, so that's what we're doing. We're saying, we're agreeing with you. Yes, I would take a step back, not 6 steps back. And by the way, when you're at home with your family, then be at home. Turn off all screens, including television.
Yes, sir.
Just relationship. So don't substitute Netflix binge watching for work and call that family life balance. It's not. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we can do that too. We just move from one to the other. Well, I was at home and she was sitting beside me. No, that doesn't count. Okay. Yeah, but you got caught up on Downton Abbey. I don't think that's a plan. Okay. So anyway, I think you're a great guy, and I think you're going to be a great dad and a great husband. And you already knew you were going to do this before you called. And then the question is, you've got a really good nest egg already built. Mm-hmm. You've got the ability to earn a great income. And here's the thing I know about folks. Regardless of the field, once you have made X number of dollars, your brain tells you it's possible and you will naturally gravitate back toward X number of dollars plus.
That's right.
Once you've broken the threshold, once you balanced on the bicycle the first time and your eyes light up and go, I can actually do this, then you have a tendency to be able to do it again rather than a tendency to end up making $25,000 a year at Walmart.
That's right.
It's not what you're doing. So you're going to gravitate towards $500,000 a year the rest of your life or more. You're just going to have to change how you do it and how you add value to the organizations in the brave new world that we live in. But you're going to do it. I can tell. You're that guy. And I employ a whole bunch of tech folks, so kind of know what I'm talking about. I can tell when somebody's got that thing, that swagger that allows them to do it, and I think you do. I think you're going to be great at it. So yes, 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 and yes. Good question. Very good discussion. Thanks for calling in. Welcome back to the Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio. Ken Coleman, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author, is my co-host today. Nazareth is with us in Houston. Hey, Nazareth, how are you?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Ken. It's an honor to speak with you guys.
You too, sir. How can we help?
Well, I wish I was calling to talk about my own financial situation. Because I'm doing the baby steps, getting out of debt right now, which is a lot of what I've heard you call the stupid tax. Because I'm 28 and I've made a lot of mistakes over the years. But I guess one of them is led me to moving back in with my parents, with my daughter, who's now 4 years old, and anyways, I've been here, and when I first moved back in, I was still, being pretty irresponsible, just kind of floating through life, and I've really gotten my act together these past few months, and crazy things have happened to where my mom left my dad about 2 months ago, and I took over all the bills and all that, but now I'm looking at my father basically owing about $10,000 on property taxes, and if it's not paid within a month, the house is going to go to auction. So I'm just juggling a lot right now, and it occurred to me, okay, well, maybe I can call the Ramsey Show, and I got a hold of you guys.
Wow. So your parents' finances are a mess, and you have taken over them with 2 whole months of experience controlling yours.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you make a year?
Right now, before taxes, I'm bringing in about $3,600 a month, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little less, but right around.
Okay. And what does your mom make?
Well, my mom, she doesn't live here anymore. She actually moved to another state.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your dad lives there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, and what does he make?
It varies, but I'd say on a good month, he's making about $3,000 to $4,000.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And why have they not paid their taxes?
It was just a lot of infidelity throughout their marriage, on all levels, including financial, just never being on the same page about things.
Mm-hmm. So they don't have any money, I guess. You wouldn't have called me. You would have just paid the taxes, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, my father, he has about $2,000 in his savings account, give or take. And, yeah, but my mom, definitely no savings like that, and
And you're in touch with her?
And
You have the ability to get in touch with her?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. And what's the house worth?
I'm looking at this number here. Let's see. If I see this correctly, oh wow, it says a judged value $215,000.
Okay, what's that? What are you reading there?
This is the notice of sale.
Oh, that doesn't have anything to do with reality. What do you think the house is actually worth, dude?
I'm not sure. Probably like around 150.
Okay, all right. And what is owed on it?
Nothing. The house is paid off.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. That's really sad. So I would tell you to go to RamseySolutions.com and click on real estate, trusted real estate agent. Get one of our trusted people and tell them what's going on and see if they have any knowledge of property tax in Texas that I don't have. There's a possibility you could apply for some kind of a thing. Take your dad's $2,000 and maybe, $2,000 a month for the next 4 months or whatever, and clear the thing. Right? There's a possibility they have some kind of a program for that, or there's a possibility they give you these notices and then it's a while before they actually do it. It's not really 30 days. I want you to get more knowledge than just the threat in the mailbox. And I don't know. No, I don't have the knowledge to give you.
Yes, sir. Well, I spent like about 2 hours on the phone with these tax office people, and because they were on payment plans in the past, it's pretty much set that house will go to auction January 6th if it's not paid in full.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I wish I was calling.
Yeah,
for
and
some
you
advice
don't
on
you
my
don't have
own
the money, and they don't have the
situation.
money. So what's our option? There's two options. Neither one are good. Your dad can file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, and that will stop the auction. Okay. And before I lost the house at auction, I would do that. But I really think that it might be a good idea for your dad just to sell the house. Your dad and mom sell the house now.
Mm-hmm.
Get an investor, call one of our Ramsey trusted real estate agents, and let's sell the house and pay the tax before the auction, okay? Because they're going to lose this house, and you guys don't have any money to stop them. And so, you can go into Chapter 13 bankruptcy, but all we're doing there is kicking the can down the road because your parents are going to screw that up.
I'm curious, how many years of the property taxes? What's a year's worth of property taxes on this house? Do you know?
Well, it varies, but I think it goes all the way back to 2020, so about 5 years worth.
Right. So this is kind of an outside the box idea here. But does your dad, between all the stuff they have, do they have $6,000 worth of stuff that you can sell quickly plus his two? That gets you. Or wait, we got to get two. We got to get eight more. Sorry, my math was bad for a second. 8,000. Does he have $8,000 worth of stuff?
Yeah, I think so. And I have
That's the quickest turnaround on this thing. I mean, to be honest with you, if he really has $8,000 worth of stuff, and if
what's his car worth?
I would do that.
No, not really through his cars, but he's got a lot of because he's a welder. He just builds fences, so he has a lot of material, steel here, and
get it sold.
Yeah, it's just kind. Yes, sir.
Yeah, get it sold and get the money and go pay the taxes.
That's it.
But your dad's going to have to get off his dadgum butt,
or
he's going to lose his house. And it's not fair that you have to do this for him. This is supposed to be a grown man. I mean, this guy's, 60 years old?
Yes, sir, 62.
Yeah. So maybe he ought to act like it. Hello. So, yeah, I don't really want you fixing this for him, but if he's got the assets, if he's got a bunch of junk around there, he can take salvage or whatever and sell it and scratch up $10,000 to go with his $8,000 to go with his $2,000. get this thing paid. That's the answer. Other than that, yeah, you can file bankruptcy, but it's not going to work because it's going to crash. He's not, unless if he catches it up, that's his only shot at making this work. And your mom needs to sell her car and put some money in it too. This time of year, I get a little confused about the terms. It's Cyber Monday week. How do you have a Monday week? I'm so confused.
How do Black Friday sales last for 10 days? This is still happening.
You know, Fridays are now 10 days and Mondays are now weeks. Okay, well, but we're going to join the parade. So the deals are in full swing at Ramsey. We got hardcover books, audio books, assessments, all with prices as low as $6.99. Don't wait. These deals end this coming Sunday, 12/7. Go to RamseySolutions.com/store. Or if you're watching on YouTube or podcast, click the link in the description.
I need to make a confession, Dave. Our audience knows this. When you're not here and I read these things, I get a little upset. I wonder if you've approved these things because these are really good deals. I'm not sure I'm making much on these books and assessments. Did you approve of these deals?
I had nothing to do with these deals, actually, but
I always do, don't I? I'm like, man, Dave is killing me. These books of mine are so cheap.
Yeah, prices as low as $6.99. That's hardcover books, no less. Must be an overstock on something. That's all I'm saying.
There it is, folks. I confessed it. I confronted it. We don't know how these deals got there.
They're good deals, that's for sure. Brian's in Dallas. Hey, Brian, what's up?
Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
Hey, Dave, I'm closing on a property here soon in the next couple weeks, and wanted to get your wisdom on a few things. So, first of all, thanks for taking my call, and just some context for who I am. I'm 27, making about $100,000 a year, and the property that we're closing on, we have the means to put down for the down payment, which is great. But as I was crunching the numbers and looking at our savings, we were thinking about possibly taking out a 401k loan or withdrawal to help with the down payment. Now, I know I've watched some of your videos and you've explained not to do that and things like that. So just calling to get your input and get wisdom on creative ways we can put for the down payment.
You already have the down payment. Leave your 401k alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep your hands off of it.
Okay.
If you can't afford the house, then tell them and see if you can get out of the house deal. But don't mess with your stinking 401k, like you said. That's for obvious reasons. Your wealth is going to come from paying your house off and from building your 401k, not from destroying it. And borrowing on your 401k is never a good idea, ever. There's no circumstance. And withdrawing on a 401k, of course, you're going to get taxes and penalties and everything else. And you're not even able to withdraw a 401k while you still work there. So, no, I would not ever use my retirement money to buy a house, ever. No, wouldn't do it. And I wouldn't do it to increase your down payment when you already have your down payment. Ryan is in Indianapolis. Hey, Ryan, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So my dad passed away a few months ago, and he set my mom up pretty well. He's a lifetime farmer, built a pretty good net worth, very conservative. And by the time he has a trust set up, and by the time that all the ground and equipment, there's still room for about $1.5 million of cash that we could put towards the trust. And my mom is considering disclaiming that cash to go ahead and give it to myself and my two brothers. And I'm a little concerned about taking on that much cash. My brothers went through a divorce in his lifetime, and we want to do what we can to protect what my dad's built his whole life. And I want to pay off my house, and that's what my mom would like to see, me do with the cash that she'd give me. And my suggestion was to put it in the trust, leave it there, and I take a loan from the trust instead, and kind of pay back the loan or pay back the trust instead of the bank, to keep it from becoming a marital asset right off the bat.
So the $1.5 million would be yours.
Well, it'd be split between myself and my two brothers, and
so you would get $500,000.
Yes.
So you don't trust your wife with $500,000.
It's not that I don't trust her, but we've seen what money can do to families.
$500,000 is not that much money.
It's not, but it can be spent very quickly.
Oh, wait a second. Wait.
You paid off your house. How are you going to spend it?
Well, I'm saying that if I pay off my house, I've got more income now coming in from my
so be
career.
on a budget with your wife. What's wrong with your marriage, Ryan?
It's very hard to control financially. If we're not on a very strict budget and an allowance, essentially, it disappears.
But wouldn't paying off your house make it even more stable?
No, more money to disappear at this point.
Yeah, but
because he can't get along with his wife.
Right. So
how long have you been married?
6 years.
Okay. All right. I would not accept the money until you get your marriage healed. Your marriage is a mess.
That's what
No, I don't want to create some kind of a faux backflip double limited partnership trust crap so you won't deal with your wife. No, I don't want to do that. You need to deal with your wife and then get your marriage and your life straightened out, and then we'll talk about properly handling wealth. But there is no legal mechanism that makes people that aren't behaving behave.
It would.
You're dreaming, Ryan. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You're going to have to deal with your home. Your home is a wreck. When you deal with your home, then it's a safe place to bring a lousy $500,000 into. But your home isn't safe for $500,000 right now, so don't put $500,000 in it in any shape or form until you get your marriage worked on. And quit trying to dream up some side angle crap to not have to deal with what's right in front of your dadgum nose. You've got to deal with this. And if you don't, your marriage is going to end, and there's no all this crap is going to get drug into a divorce court no matter what you do. And, all your little schemes and crap aren't going to work. So you can't control this. You've got to heal it. There's a difference. Now, you're going to do what you're going to do, but I would not accept the $500,000 until you finished marriage counseling that was successful in creating a healed, grown-up relationship with my wife. You don't trust your wife. Yeah. That's a bad place to live, dude.
Yeah, it's 6 years, and to not have any kind of financial stability and trust, you could feel it all over him. So, wow. Yeah. I like that advice.
Yeah, you and your mom and your brother are trying to connive something up here against your wife. This is a bad medicine, bad juju, dude. Really bad.
Well, he mentioned his brother's divorce, so he's feeling like snake bit too.
Yeah,
because of his marriage.
Yeah. Well, no kidding.
Self-fulfilled prophecy if you're not careful.
Yeah, but no, mama needs just the one needs to trust is your mother, maybe, but not you. No, you don't need that money anywhere near your house right now, because you've got other issues that are much more important, much higher priority than a lousy $500,000 or paying off your house. Whew. If you're working the baby steps, the best and fastest way to work the Ramsey plan is by using EveryDollar. It's more than just our budgeting app. It's the plan built right in. You track your progress, you get a personalized recommendation and coaching for your situation. It'll help you free up more money, work the plan even faster, getting out of debt, building wealth. It's like having one of us walking with you every day, showing you the next right step and holding you accountable. We'll tell you the truth because we love you. Start EveryDollar for free by downloading it in the App Store or Google Play. On the Zoom call, coming up now is going to be Becky and Brian. Hey, guys, how are you?
Good day.
Wonderful to have you guys. Where do you live?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay. Well, Merry Christmas. I see the Christmas tree in the background. You guys got it rocking. Good work.
Yeah.
How can we help you guys today?
Thanks for taking our call.
Yeah.
I'll let my wife take the question here.
Hi, Dave. So I own a small business, a medical aesthetics practice here in our hometown. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I've built my business debt-free. I have no debt here at the business, and I make pretty heavily purchases every month that I just pay off with my debit card, $10,000, sometimes upwards of $20,000 for products. And so my question is in regards to getting a business credit card and the downfall of what that would be. I think we kind of live in the Ramsey mindset. We're debt-free. I only purchase things if I have the funds to purchase them. So that was my question, like what the harm would be in getting a business credit card for points.
Well, if you only purchase things if you have the money, then a debit card will work, right?
Correct.
Okay. And so your only motivation is points?
Well, yeah, I mean, yes. Well, I was thinking of if I have to purchase it anyway, should I be trying to get something in return because I have to then have additional funds?
Yeah. And so is your business working? Are you making money? Are you successful?
I am.
Good. Good for you. Congratulations. Yeah. Well, that's where you make your money, in running your business well and in being who you are and providing the service that you provide. That's where all your profit comes from. That's where your prosperity will come from, is in being you. I can tell you're probably really good at this. You can see it kind of in the camera right now. And so you are the secret sauce, not some side hustle gathering up points. And so I've concentrated at Ramsey on helping people with their money or helping people with their leadership or the different things that we do here, not in trying to gather up something on the side. I just go do what we do with excellence, and that's where all of our prosperity has come. And because the points are a scam, 78% of them are never redeemed. That's crazy. 8 out of 10. And by the way, if you spend $100,000 on this and you get 1%, that's $1,000. So there's no formula on planet Earth that says spending $100,000 to get $1,000 is a formula for wealth building. That's a really, really, really silly trade. Your time and your brain calories are worth a lot more than you'll be spending chasing a couple of points here or there that are $500 or $1,000 here or there that you make back. You can make that in 20 seconds doing what you do if you concentrate on that instead of the other things. But instead, they got you concentrating on their business model, which is to get you possibly into debt. Because 1 month things are a little tight, and then you don't pay it off, and then there you are. That never happens with a debit card, though. So we don't have any credit cards at Ramsey, and we teach entree leaders. We coach about 10,000 small businesses all over America to use debit cards, and just don't bother with the points. Because that momentary flex where you change your brain from doing what it does so well to going over here and trying to beat up Citibank for a 1%, the trade-off is not worth it. Your brain is worth more working on things that matter. Ken?
Yeah. One of my vices, you two, confessing this, is late night ice cream. It's a real problem. And I'm at the stage in life where late night ice cream comes with a consequence. So you know what I do to avoid late night ice cream? You guys want to take a guess?
Don't eat it.
I don't have ice cream in my house. There's no ice cream in the house. Now,
Ken.
I know.
What kind of a father are you?
The kids can go get it. There's an ice cream shop in my neighborhood. But, it's a simple little idea, but you get the point. And Dave's right. It's not just the 1 month it gets a little tight and we got a little security blanket. It's also a temptation. And if it's in the freezer, there's a good chance I'm going to walk by and grab it and get a bowl of it. And so you just got to be very careful. This is psychology. There is psychology in money, and Dave has figured it out. What I don't think people realize sometimes is how much psychology are in the baby steps, because he sat and he listened to people for years and years and years and developed something that is not just about momentum, but it's also about the psychology of money. And I think that we can't forget that the points seem to be a real benefit, but what it's going to do is potentially trap you, just like those late night calories for me.
You guys,
so that's
you
my
guys
take.
are awesome.
Yeah.
You're an incredible couple.
You
Thank
guys
you.
said that so much more nicely than we thought you were going to.
Well, thank you for coming on. And hey, that was pretty risky. You guys took a big risk jumping on here. So thank you for doing that. And the joke we always use is we've never met a millionaire who said I made all my money with my points. And so that's what it all comes down to. So, hey, thanks for joining us. That's Becky and Brian. Good job, you guys. All right, fun. Yeah. So we've integrated a few of these Zoom calls here or there because so many of you watch on YouTube and on video on Spotify, and some of our other platforms are now carrying video as well. So we want to make sure we're kind of including all that in there. So it's something new.
Yeah,
I've done talk radio for 35 years, and now I get to do Zoom calls.
Well, I will tell you selfishly, I don't know if you feel this way, but I really enjoy. I've been able to do 2 or 3 of these now, and I enjoy it because we can see emotion. We can see things that sometimes we can't always hear. We've learned how to hear things, but if you
I have to
enjoy
be careful, though. I think I'm nicer on the Zoom calls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think I need to not. I don't need to fall for that.
By
Something
the way,
about looking at their pretty cute little faces, and I don't want to destroy them.
Well, that is an interesting take right there. Will you be tough, Dave, looking right at somebody?
I gave him the right answer, but I wasn't snarky.
No, you were
I wasn't mean.
You were very Christmassy.
Sometimes I was very Christmassy. Yeah, that's it.
Santa Dave is on the video calls. By the way, quick question.
I'm going to get you some ice cream, Ken Coleman, at the break.
By the way, that was the truth.
That is a crazy thing right there.
It's the truth. Well, everybody's got their vice. Whatever your food vice is, don't have it around the house.
One of our senior leaders here eats a thing of Graters every night. You know who I'm talking about?
I do.
He has this whole he has one freezer full of Graters, and he eats it one little thing every night.
If I could pull it off, I would. I love
it. Affects your pickleball game?
It affects the waistline, which then affects the pickleball game, no question. I had a question for you. You've been watching and analyzing coaching people for a long time. He's no longer on the call, but I thought Brian, I thought he was on our side of things.
Oh, no kidding.
It was pretty obvious.
Oh, she was totally set up. Yeah. But she knew she was set up,
She did,
too.
But he just sat right back and just...
He just let us handle it. Yeah, he had already told her what we were going to say. And she knew what we were going to say,
She
too.
did.
That was not
He's a smart guy, though.
Yeah.
That's a pro move.
That was
I'll let Dave handle
that was a flex. Yeah, just step back and let someone else
I saw the same thing
you
did. I was like, look at this guy. He's back there, no sweat.
I'm going to let my wife ask this question.
Yeah.
Yes, she has the question.
I think Brian got the answer he wanted. Good for him. But to speak to that, Dave, on the temptation for small businesses, how realistic what you said could happen.
These days we're hearing as much as 60% of small businesses have credit card debt related to the business.
Yeah.
Starting and or operating the business.
Yeah.
That is mathematical suicide. We know that, and I don't know if the stat's true, but it's been around so long everybody believes it. 80% of small businesses fail in the first 5 years. It's an SBA stat.
That's right.
Okay. And that's probably true, but it also includes businesses that never really started hardly. But of those we do know, and I do think this is true, the number one problem is cash flow. Cash flow means they don't have any money.
That's right.
It means because they have debt payments and they don't pay their taxes. And those are the things that destroy cash flow, and that runs you out of business. So we do know that's true. So stay away from that crap and run your business. That's the idea. Our scripture of the day, 1 Peter 4:10, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. H. Jackson Brown said, talent without discipline is like an octopus on roller skates. Plenty of movement, but you never know if it's going to be forward, backward, or sideways.
That's some real depth right there. Every hiring manager should read that quote.
That's the truth. H. Jackson Brown did a book 30 years ago called Life's Little Instruction Book.
Yes,
and
classic.
That's what this comes from, I'm sure. And it was notes to his son, one-liners like this to his son, and it became a huge bestseller. And I met him back in those days. I was just starting. The first book had just come out.
I didn't know that. I'm very jealous.
He's from
that.
Nashville.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's from here. Yeah.
Octopus on roller skates.
That's pretty cool. It's good movement. Yeah. Good. Morgan is with us in Tampa, Florida. Hey, Morgan, how are you?
I'm doing better than I deserve, Dave. How are you?
Just the same. How can we help?
I was hoping to get some insight on whether my husband and I can upgrade our hunk of junk of a car, even though we're temporarily down to one income. So I can fill in some details for you. Or
Do you have the cash to do it?
Yes. So we're in baby step 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
We've got about $60,000 in cash. That includes $20,000 for the emergency fund and $10,000 for a business that I'm hoping to get off the ground after I sit for and hopefully pass the bar in Florida.
Good for you.
So we were looking to spend somewhere between 10 and 20, hopefully a little closer to 20, but I just feel a little weird about kind of raiding the war chest while we're kind of a little bit in in a little bit of a crisis right now.
Can you cover your bills with the one income?
Yes, so we can.
So you're not in a crisis. You're not in a crisis. You're just not in a time of prosperity.
Yeah, I guess that's more accurate. It just feels a little weird to kind of raid the war chest.
Well, it's
right
not really
now,
a war chest. The war chest is labeled emergency fund. It's 20. The war chest is labeled 10 for starting a business, and you're not touching either one of those.
Okay.
So I think you're using the wrong term.
Yeah, and you got 30, and that means you got 30 more. And you know what?
You've
Pay
got
10.
excess savings.
Get a $10,000 car, and then when things get a little bit more stable, you can always sell that.
What's the hunk of junk worth if you sold it?
I don't think it's really worth much. I think the blue book on it is like $2,500.
Okay, so $2,500.
Minor.
Yeah, $2,500, and you put $12,500 with it, and you get a $15,000 car.
Okay, it sounds more straightforward. I guess just feels like a very emotional decision. So
well, it is because you draw security from the savings, and that's why you call it a war chest.
Mm-hmm.
You get security from looking at those numbers more than you do from looking at that hunk of junk upgraded.
That's probably true. It's just it's cost us like $2,500 this year, and now we need another $2,500 repair. So
nah, don't spend $2,500 on a $2,500 car. Don't do that. No.
Okay, I guess that makes it an easy decision.
Yeah, just sell it as is, and let's move up. You don't have to move. You don't have to move up all of it. We're not going to buy a $65,000 car hoping you pass the bar. That's not what we're talking about. Okay, we're doing. I mean, this is very, very reasonable. What you've described, and you're paying cash, and you're probably not going to drive the car that you buy but about a year.
Okay.
Because it sounds like you're going to start your own practice once you pass, right?
What I hope. Yeah, I'm licensed in Pennsylvania, but we recently moved, so sitting for the Florida bar. Hopefully we'll pass.
So it's not reciprocal?
No, not in Florida. Florida's very protective of their attorney, unfortunately.
Very interesting. Okay. All right. And so you have an existing practice back in Pennsylvania?
So I left my job with the federal government. I work in a really niche area of law and veterans benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I just kind of want to focus on the bar and then hopefully.
What type of practice are you opening?
I want to keep it the same. So veterans benefits, mostly disability veterans law is what I'm hoping to do. I did that for about 3 years.
Okay.
Back in PA.
That's interesting. Okay, cool. Good for you.
What's the
good news is you're probably going to ramp it up pretty quick. That's why I was asking all the questions.
Exactly what I was about to ask.
That's why
realistically, how long, if you pass the bar, before you're up and running and making money?
I mean, so the outlook on that can be anywhere. Cases can take anywhere between like 7 months to a year, and that's kind of what the 10 grand is for. That can kind of cover my base operating expenses for a year. So I won't have an office or anything like that. So it'll cover like the legal research and all those kind of ancillary costs.
But again, you guys are already covered all your basics with your other income.
Yeah, I think it's really just wanted that stamp of approval. I feel a little bit of peace about it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
I
talking.
love that.
Yeah, but it's not. But I guess our other point, the reason we're asking all that questions is that the practice getting up and running is yet further insurance, in addition to the savings numbers, that this is a wise decision.
Okay.
That's why we're asking all the questions. So you got a 1-2 punch, wise and wise. Because if you told me, it might be 5 years and this might fail and I've never done it before and I don't know what I'm doing and we may never get my income back.
Well, if you start and ask yourself this, what are the chances this $2,500 hoopty blows up in the next 30 days? I'd say pretty high.
Well, she's already
At which point you got to get a car.
Yeah. So let's do it. Remington is in Memphis. Hey, Remington.
Hey, Dave. How are you?
Great. How can we help?
Oh, it's trying to plan future stuff. We're looking at building a house next to my parents and sister, and then also my brother. So having a little family compound area. Trying to figure out if you recommend doing only doing cash flow for the money or 15-year mortgage. We don't have the funds to cash flow right now. But then we also have an offer from my dad to help cash flow up front and then, to avoid red tape from the bank, and then switch over to a mortgage afterward.
That one I would stay away from. I would just get a construction loan and build it and put it on a 15-year fixed to the degree that you can't cash flow it yourself. And, of course, you got to make sure this is on a separate plot. If you build a home on someone else's land, you're screwed.
It's ours. Yeah, it's our land. So
no,
recently...
it's not our land.
Well, my wife and I's.
You have they've parceled it out. It has a property line, and everything inside that property line is only owned by you, not your dad.
Correct. He recently split it into 3 to me and 2 of my siblings. So we own it all now. And we're looking at.
And if something happened to you and your wife were widowed and she wanted to sell it, she can do that.
Right.
Okay. She might not want to live there.
Okay.
You might not want to live there 10 years from now. Everybody got that emotionally figured out?
Yeah, I mean, we live nearby right now, so we're able to set those boundaries and stuff now. So
okay, you got a separate parcel, but that doesn't mean that somebody's not. Well, Dad said we could never sell it. He gave it to us, but said with the stipulation we could never sell it. And no, then you're screwed. We don't want to. I do not want to get trapped. Some blessings are a trap, and those are called curses. So no, don't. Just make sure that there's lots of movement here, lots of places and things that can be done if our lives change and shift, and nobody's going to be permanently pissed off for the next 42 years over one little piece of dirt. And that's what happens. So be real careful with that part, and you pay your own way without your dad, and then you'll be in good shape. So good question.
I just have to believe, though, push back on this one, that family compounds come with the expectations that we're all there for ever.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's what I would wonder.
That's the problem.
Yeesh.
It's very, very difficult to have, reasonable lives.
And then who wants to buy a house? You're in the real estate world. You've been. Who wants to buy one house, a one-off, in a family compound?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a problem. It's a problem. Yeah. People don't think these things through. Yeah. That puts this hour of the Ramsey Show in the books. We'll be back with you before you know it. In the meantime, remember, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.